Welcome to the Angus Report, a news program for cattle producers.
We bring you the week's top headlines from American Angus Association headquarters.
We begin by meeting newly named Association President Steve Olson and discuss opportunities for the future of the breed.
Cattle prices are good now, but we learn how to build long-term profitability that outlasts fluctuations in the cattle cycle. And we bring you coverage from the show ring in Louisville.
This is the Angus Report. Hello, I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. Steve Olson of Hereford, Texas, was elected to serve as the American Angus Association's president and chairman of the board during the organization's annual convention of delegates in Kansas City, Missouri. Olson grew up on a farm and cattle operation where he developed a passion for production agriculture. Here, we meet with the association president and discuss opportunities for the breed.
The Angus Association has been instrumental in a lot of our life in the cattle business. I wanted to give back something that the Angus Association had given me, and that was opportunities that we had had with our children and with our breeding program, and I wanted to see that continue. Today we see prices for all kinds of cattle that's extremely high. It's been very rewarding for everybody, but as we all know, cattle cycles and prices will change and come around, and that won't be the case forever. And so we see the challenge that the Angus Association to be on target to provide that opportunity when prices go down, that we will still have the tools and the programs to go forward and still be the leader and still demand high prices for our animals.
Cattle prices have reached record highs in recent months, along with profitability on the ranch. Tighter supplies mean cattle are worth more across the board, but how can producers plan for long-term profits and more value for their herds? Certified Angus Beef President John Sticka says it all starts with genetics, whether retaining ownership or selling at weaning.
And it really starts with the genetic decisions that producers are using, now more than ever. A decision to use carcass-oriented and quality-oriented genetics are as important today as ever before, and the economic signals to make that decision have never been louder. Whether you're a cattle feeder that is selling directly to a packer or a producer who's retaining ownership, that signal is very clear, but the majority of producers don't retain ownership on those cattle. They sell the cattle at weaning, and when you look at the prices being paid for known cattle sired, for instance, by registered Angus bulls that are carcass and quality focused, that financial return to that producer who sells at weaning has never been stronger. In addition, you know, things aren't going to be this tight forever. And as the market continues to grow and the supply of cattle continues to grow moving forward, having that identifying reputation for producing quality cattle that can gain in grade will be worth a lot more moving forward than even it is already today.
When it comes to managing a farm or ranch, there's a lot to consider. Management consultant Burke Teichert was a featured speaker at the National Angus Convention and says there are 4 important areas to keep in mind: production, economics and finance, marketing, and people. All too often, he says, we forget to focus on people and the employees who work on the ranch.
Too often, and the ranchers are particularly guilty of this, we assume that, hey, we hired somebody that's pretty good, they should know how to do the job, but they don't. And if we're good, it's unfair to expect that they will know what we're doing and how we want it done. Now, sometimes they will, but not in every single thing. So we need to train. We need to make sure we train people so that they can feel competent and comfortable in their job and like they're doing it to our satisfaction. And without good training, that doesn't happen.
You can read more about Burke's presentation online at angusconvention.com, where the Angus media team has provided extensive coverage from the Kansas City event.
The U.S. Senate rejected a measure to approve the Keystone XL pipeline last month, and Republicans who will control the chamber in January said the project will be at the top of the agenda. Meanwhile, a group of landowners in Nebraska have legally challenged a state law used to determine the pipeline's path through the state. The Wall Street Journal reports that the Nebraska Supreme Court is expected to rule on the case in the coming weeks, which would determine the future of the project already in its 6th year of review.
The American Angus Association and its entities proudly invest in the beef industry's future generations. Several scholarship opportunities are available for college students interested in getting their start in the beef cattle business. The Certified Angus Beef Calvin Scholarship Fund will award $26,000 in scholarships to 6 undergraduate and graduate students in the coming year. Undergraduate applications are due December 8th, and applicants must demonstrate a commitment to the beef industry through their chosen field of study. In addition, scholarship applications offered through the Angus Foundation are now available online, and students are encouraged to visit angusfoundation.org for more detailed information. Visit angus.org for a complete list of deadlines and application procedures. We go now to Jenna McCrell with a look at news you need to know this week in the Angus business.
Thanks, Crystal. Each year, the American Angus Association recognizes breed leaders and their contributions to Angus cattle by inducting members into the Angus Heritage Foundation. 4 new additions were recognized last month at the Angus Means Business National Convention and Trade Show, including Paul Donnelly, longtime attorney for the association, Don Greiman, a lifelong Angus breeder from Garner, Iowa, the late Bob Laughlin, who was a true ambassador for the Angus business from Oldsburg, Kansas, and Lorison Sayer, an engineer by trade who was committed to improving his herd in Churchville, Maryland. Each inductee or family representative received a frame certificate, and their names will be engraved on a plaque displayed at the association headquarters in St. Joseph, Missouri. Also, during the National Angus Convention, the association honored 2 of the breed's most long-standing operations. The Century Award, which recognizes herds, their owners, and families who have been in continuous production of registered Angus cattle for 100 years or more, was presented to Dahl Angus of South Dakota and Laughlin Angus in Kansas and Nebraska. You can read more about these historic herds by visiting angus.org. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
Thanks, Jenna. When the Angus Report returns, how a Kansas cattleman gets a gate-to-plate experience each day.
And we have all the highlights from the North American International Livestock Exposition.
Visit angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
The Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health. Why not prevent respiratory disease before it steals from your bottom line? Vista Once protects your calves with the most complete respiratory disease coverage available. And Vision Blackleg vaccines can add 14 pounds per calf at weaning. Contact your veterinarian or animal health supplier today.
Some call it a come-from-behind victory, an unlikely win, a reversal of fortune. The feeling of snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. This is our moment, our victory dance, because we choose confidence. We choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Are you going to do this every time we treat a calf with Zuprevo?
Absolutely.
Well, all right then.
Don't let BRD interfere with his performance. Treat him with Zuprevo and get him back to his home pen. Zuprevo is a fast-acting, long-lasting BRD treatment that you can count on to get the job done. Ask your veterinarian to prescribe Zuprevo. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health.
At 44 Farms, we believe work starts at sunup and doesn't stop until sundown. We believe in order to live off the land, you have to love and respect it. We believe that cattle aren't just raised, they're nurtured. And we believe when you do things right, with honesty and integrity, well, things like quality and consistency happen naturally. 44 Farm Steaks, responsibly raised all-natural beef.
Molly Manufacturing's remote-controlled turret gate promotes ease of cattle flow, from circular fencing to the silencer hydraulic squeeze chute, for a true one-man livestock operating system. Turret gate is designed to hydraulically swing, reverse swing, and shuttle back through the turret to reposition behind waiting cattle for continual cattle movement. Molly's silencer hydraulic squeeze chute with NRS noise reduction system will remain quiet during operation for the life of the silencer and promotes a calm, low-stress environment for you and your livestock. Less effort, less people, added safety means more enjoyment and profit for you. See www.mollymfg.com for their full line of products.
The Yamaha Viking, and introducing the all-new Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. built for the hardest working people on earth. You.
You pick your cattle and your partners with care. Count on those who share your values about hard work and a reputation that is earned. Choose the optimists, the exciting ideas, like GeneSeek Genomic Profiling. When you go with the GeneSeek GGP HD80K, you can invest time, money, and reputation in superior seed stock. You know their merit earlier in life, so you can raise and market calving ease, growth, and carcass bulls with greater confidence. And when your bulls perform as advertised, your customers can take your word to the bank. We know you are good at what you do. We help you stand out from the crowd. GeneSeek, a new brand of partner.
When forage quality is low, power your cow herd with VitaFerm Power products. Power Keg, Power Meal, and Power Lick Tub. All three deliver natural 20% protein and are fully fortified with Amaferm, the digestive enhancer, and can septate levels of vitamins and minerals like copper, zinc, and manganese. VitaFerm Power products include the minerals your cattle need to maximize reproduction and health, which means you don't have to feed minerals separately. VitaFerm Power products for cattle on mature forages, crop residues, or low-energy hay. Learn more at VitaFerm.com.
At 44 Farms, we believe work starts at sunup and doesn't stop until sundown. We believe in order to live off the land, you have to love and respect it. We believe that cattle aren't just raised, they're nurtured. And we believe when you do things right, with honesty and integrity, well, things like quality and consistency happen naturally. 44 Farm Steaks, responsibly raised all-natural beef.
Join the team, the Beef Quality Assurance Team. Getting BQA certified shows you're committed to practices that produce the highest quality beef in the world. And by visiting BQA.org, you can take the online certification course at a time that fits your schedule and from the comfort of your home or office. You'll also find lots of helpful tips on improving animal health and animal handling practices. Get certified, BQA certified, because it's about doing the right thing. Visit BQA.org today and become a member of the BQA team.